Isabelle, you continue to chase the shocking story out of Sayreville High School, where the football team was involved in an alleged hazing incident. It has resulted in 7 minors being arrested and 1 kid losing a scholarship. What do you got?
That's right, Bill. The latest on this is that Miles Hartsfield, he's the star football player of the Sayreville football team. According to published reports, he will no longer be receiving a scholarship from Penn State that has been monitoring this whole sex scandal. Hundreds of people, residents from the community, gathered right across from Sayreville Memorial High School at the park and walked around the lake together. And I walked with a mother, Isabelle Martins. Her son was on the Bombers football team when he was in school.
My son used to be a bomber 4 years, and I cannot believe this happened. In support for these poor kids, your heart breaks for them, their families.
And she said that after all this scandal has happened, she asked her son, well, when you were on the football team, did any of this hazing, any of these activities happen? And her son told her, no, it didn't. And her son told her that, in fact, he does remember a time when the coach, Najjar, got really upset with them. It was because the seniors were trying to get her son, who was a freshman at the time, to carry equipment.
And he went crazy, reprimanding the seniors. Who do you think you are? He would not. Najjar is either right or wrong, no in between. So I cannot imagine what he's going through and the whole athletic department.
The season's not over. And you can't think it's over.
Guys, we're joined by former State Senator Barbara Buono. Barbara, you were also the candidate against Governor Christie in the last election. First question is, what do you think is going to happen in terms of the adult accountability? Where does this fall in terms of the coaches and the teachers and people that at least should have known?
Common sense would tell you, you would expect to hear from the coach one way or another at this point. As a parent, I was just appalled. To call it hazing is such a misnomer to me because, in my estimation, hazing is a benign form of initiation, and this humiliation and degradation, sexual assault in this case, is a criminal matter.
One of the standout players there, Miles Hartsfield, has apparently, according to reports, lost his scholarship to Penn State. None of these boys, or none of the supposed boys, young people who are supposedly indicted, have had their names revealed by the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office. Is he losing his scholarship, sort of a de facto indictment on him? And isn't it a little early, if he's 17, 18 years old, for him to lose his scholarship? Is this his being found guilty before he's even been tried, in a way?
Well, I haven't followed that closely. I had heard that, but I assume it was Penn State that made the revelation, right? So, I mean, that's up to the school to make the revelation.
If the indictment hasn't been revealed, is it appropriate for them to pop out and kill the scholarship?
If the school decides to rescind that scholarship, that is their responsibility. You can't blame them for that. It was a privilege, and if he didn't behave appropriately, then
no one's arguing that. I'm talking about revealing a minor's identity who may or may have been, accused of something.
Right,
that's
and that's the issue, because these are still minors, and none of them have been publicly identified. So by Penn State coming forward and saying they're revoking his scholarship, essentially you are now identifying a minor whose whole legal background is supposed to be sealed.
How soon do you expect them to move on the adults?
Well, I think that we'll find out in due course. I was shocked that the coach made no statement up until this point, as I said. And I think that the coach, by virtue of his role, has the responsibility to have the oversight. Where was he?
Barbara Buono, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right, see you soon.